us on 0799200100. That is our WhatsApp number. Still on the social media handles, that is on Facebook and YouTube at Mizpah Tv Kenya. And without further ado, allow me to introduce our guest, Madam Trizah. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Angela.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You're well?
I'm good.
We're so glad that we're honored that you have created your time, to be here at Money Monday. And I believe that you're going to learn from you together with our viewers.
Sure.
Say good morning to them.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Trizah. Like we've been told, I'm Trizah Maina from Britam Insurance Company. And this morning I'm able even to talk more about finances, whereby your money you'll allow your money to make you more money.
Okay,
yeah.
That sounds, I love that. Allow your money to make more money.
Yes.
I love that. That sounds interesting. And now today we're talking about something that is considered as the eighth wonder of the world. I don't know why, but I want you to help us understand, what is what is interest income? What does it mean?
Oh, when we talk of interest income, we are basically talking about the money that have been made extra on top of your money. Wherever you put your money, does it get interest? Okay. The extra money you get from your actual money. Yes.
Then what creates the difference between salary income, the one that a person earned monthly, and the interest income itself?
When we talk of personal income, personal income is the salary that you basically get at the end of the month. Does that money give you more money? That is the question, and that is our worry. Out here we are educating people about how your salary, after your expenditures, the money that you save, do you allow it to get more money, to get that extra income? That is the interest part of it. Okay. Yeah.
And then let's bring this to a realistic perspective. A person who is earning, that is 500 shillings in a day, how can interest income work for them? 500 shillings sounds so little.
There's no little money.
There's no little money. There's even that 500 shillings.
Yeah. We have products that you can say, okay, when we talk of 500 shillings, that is like people like kina mama mboga. That is the extra money they get. That is their, how do we call it?
The money that they get daily?
The money that they get daily. There is a way that they can allow that money to give them more money. We have products like money markets. Money markets basically zinaanza na 1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings, and now you can be able to
for a simple account.
A simple account that is and short term after 3 months. It's very flexible also. The interest is awesome, especially with Britam. So when you deposit that money into money market, you'll be able to get more with an interest of compounded interest of 12.5% actually. Yeah. And
you have mentioned something. Before I continue saying something.
So maybe with Mama Mboga, I can basically advise them to use the money markets. The money market products, and we also with Britam we have favorable products for them. Yeah.
So you mentioned something to do with compounding.
Yes.
Help us understand what is the power of compounding, no matter how little, no matter your shilingi moja. What is the power of compounding?
Okay, with compounding interest, you are able to circulate your money. Like in our case, we have products that have compounding interest of 14% per annum. You can imagine a person who has deposited 20,000 and allowed that money to remain there in the account. Inaendelea tu kupata interest day by day. Day by day. So by the end of the year, iko na on top of 14% of it. Yes.
And if you think it's bringing new money day by day, shillings day by day, why ain't people are going to this? Why ain't people embracing it?
In most cases, I say it's lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
Yeah, enough knowledge about how your money can make you more money. Can add you more money in your pocket.
Even in
and that's why we are out here to at least educate and empower people on how, not even right now with young people, I know they have engaged themselves into gambling. where they are getting they lose money, wakiwa guaranteed that after sometimes maybe 24 hours itakuwa na more money, and that is gambling. Okay, with gambling also I would discourage them because it encourages laziness.
That is true.
You are needed to work whereby hata pesa yako kidogo you are guaranteed but that itakupatia more money on top of it.
Okay, I love that. You could give us the different types of interest income that everybody can, you know, start with. We have interest income with okay, in our case Britam tuko nazo, you know, when you get into the government kuna tertiary bills. There are tertiary bills that also have interest income. Na hiyo ina affectwa mpaka kwa bank because when the inflation goes down it also goes down. When the inflation goes up hata hiyo inaenda, it also goes up. So with Britam we have favorable products in interest income with different names. And now let me ask, if you're saying that inflation affects the different types of interest incomes zenye umesema, like the treasury bills, the bonds and everything, why would you advise people to take these products na inflation ikikuja itawa affect, you know?
Okay, that is with the government. In our case, no matter the inflation, we have the guaranteed products of 5%. So inflation, whichever way, it will never affect you because your money itakupatia more na 5% guaranteed income.
Okay, so that's why you would advise people to consider that money can also work for them.
Yes.
And on that, you know, help us understand, you know, because, you know, financial discipline is another thing that it can involve na interest income. On this scenario, how does it work?
When we talk of financial discipline, especially with young people, it's very important because kwa hiyo kiwango we talk of right now, a person who is 25 and above to 30, around there, you have all the time to accumulate. You have the energy. Like you are working, you are not supposed to misuse your money. Save as much as you can up to that level. Because at the age of 30 to 40, you start deaccumulating. Now from there, you've gotten a family, you have kids, you have expenses, you have house rent, and the like. So that's deaccumulating. So when you are given a chance to work, save as much as you can. At least accumulate enough. Because from the age of 40 to 50, from there you'll start deaccumulating. Using what you accumulated when you are young to invest. From there you are planning your retirement so that you can be able to retire honorably. So you are allowed to, that is the time you deaccumulate and start thinking of what else do I need to give me money when I retire. You build apartments, have farms and the like. So you are supposed to discipline yourself as early as possible.
But is it easy? Is it easy? You know?
It is. It's a matter of discipline. It's goals. Have goals. Have plans. In the next 5 years, what do I need? What do I want? Then you go ahead and plan for that goal. You'll be able to put your money where your money is earning interest. At the same time, you are saving, so that when that time comes, a period of 5 years, because that is the short term that we have with Britam. The time of within 5 years period time, you'll have saved enough ya kufanya what you needed. But what if you put that money in the bank? See, it's flexible. You can think of emergency menipata, you go and pull the same money. You'll never meet your goal.
Okay, then help us understand what is the difference between mimi kuweka pesa kwa bank na mimi kwenda kuinvest your pesa, because many people trust the banks. I really don't know how that happens, what happens, but many people prefer kuweka pesa equity, you know, this KCB, people want to put their money there, but ikifika investments, I don't know what happened. People are having a second thought.
Okay, that is lack of knowledge. I would say that. Kwa sababu, if you think of banks, have you ever calculated or thought of how much is the bank giving you?
So what you're getting,
the interest rate, the return on investment, that is what matters. That is, unless you don't have a plan. But with people should have plans so that they can be able to meet their goals. Yeah.
So when you talk about planning and interest income, help us plan. Mtu mwenye anapata 30,000. How can this person, plan his or her money?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Help us understand,
A person who is earning 30,000.
Yeah, mtu anapata 30,000 in a month. Umesema mambo ya planning kwa kwa pesa. Help that person plan his or her money.
No, with that person, we get to at least know the person much deeper. That person could be having a family. Tunamuuliza the expenditures. Like, how much do you get? Uko na other sources of income. If at all you don't have, how much are you remaining with after your expenditures? Save that money. That is why you find people going buying clothes ama vitu zingine zenye ni irrelevant that they had not planned for only because wako na extra money. So I would recommend and advise such a person the amount that you are remaining, ile tu kidogo you are remaining with, at least save. Even if it's 2,000 will make a difference in future. Yeah.
So you save, and are you supposed to plan it and save, ama you tumia hiyo pesa kwa vitu za nyumba, then after that you decide hii pesa yenye imebaki ndio nita save?
Okay, when you talk, we don't plan, we don't save what we are remaining with. Think of saving after what you've earned, the amount you are supposed to save. Then the others zinakuja baadaye. Be fixed. I want to save this. You put it aside. Then hizi zingine stay depending on the lifestyle ya zile zingine zitaweza ku accommodate. Yes.
And now let's talk about that is risk when it comes to interest income, because people invest their money in different places and you pate the interest. Ama people save on circles and other places. What are the risks involved when it comes to interest income, and how can people mitigate the risks?
Okay, with insurance, that one you are guaranteed that even your life is covered.
And what about the people who are not doing insurance? What are the risks when it comes to interest income?
There is a lot of risk because that's why people end up losing all their money. Kwa sababu in most cases you'll find that there is this merry-go-round wenye watu huwa wanajiunga. Those groups are not registered. The chama
so they're supposed to make sure they are registered.
The groups are registered. Because with the chama, with the merry-go-round, they believe that vile pesa inazungukana ni huyu anapewa this, let's talk of Mondays. Ati Monday ni mimi ninapewa hii pesa, Monday ni, and there is no assurity ati kuna huyo mtu atakuwa after amepata pesa. They have never thought of yule mtu akaweza toka au na claim. You cannot claim to that person, ama it's a risk anyway. Yeah, high risk. Kwa sababu ata lose a lot of money out of it, and you are not earning even interest out of that money. Ili hali when you put it to somewhere where you are getting interest, your pesa can do even more than you are planning for it right now.
So when it comes to a person mwenye ana earn salary, and that person is probably watching us, and that person is like, I want to start earning the interest income that is from my salary income. What are the things when it comes to risk? What are the things that person is supposed to consider?
Okay, to that person, you should also consider. Okay, first of all, consider where you are putting your money.
Okay, the security of your money.
The security of your money. Is your money secured? Is the group registered? With registered groups, you can be able to unaweza washtaki hata.
Claim,
yeah. Very easily and get back your money. So I would advise them that you at least do a lot of research when it comes to investment. Yeah. And also with circles, circles are meant for development.
Oh, yeah. Not for saving?
Not for saving. At least you have something you have saved. Okay, the worst thing people do, that people do ni ati, unaenda unachukua loan somewhere, you come start a business. Business haija pick up. You get? If the business has not picked up, unapata that pesa, you go pay the loan plus the interest. There you are losing, unakula pesa ya kazi. Na kazi bado haija grow. So you will end up benefiting the lenders, na kazi yako iishe to an extent that hata wewe mwenyewe inakufinyilia.
So what do you advise people?
First of all, save money. Save enough. Think of, I need this kind of business. Save. Save. How much will I need? Let's talk of kama ninataka kuanzisha biashara ya mtumba, manguo. I need like 500,000, 100,000 or the like. Haya. Go to an extra mile and decide ni kampuni gani, ni wapi panaweza nipatia pesa, at least I save even for 2 years. You don't think at night na unaamka asubuhi kufungua kazi. It's a process. The people when you make it in life out here, they did not start from a single step. They started somewhere. They didn't just wake up and wakasema wacha niende nikafungue hardware kubwa. They started from somewhere. Some of them hata walikuwa wameajiliwa. So they started saving.
It's a process.
Saving.
It's a process.
It's a process.
People, do you think
plan for a minimum of 5 years? Yeah,
but it sounds a lot. Unajua what they want in 1 year, want this.
Hawataki mambo okay, it's because wanataka mambo ya pap. It can never happen that way. It's a journey. Yeah. And
now you mentioned when it comes to so that you can avoid the risk, tunafaa kuangalia security ya pesa yako. What determines that this company nikiweka pesa yangu iko secure? Do you know what are the things that nakwambia my money is secure there?
You can check off. Okay, with Britam, like I've said before, right now we are celebrating 60 years. 60 years. So you are aware of that company. It's known. So many people have ventured out of it. 60 years is not a joke. Kwa sababu unaweza anzisha kampuni usikie imeisha. Sako imeanzishwa like imeisha. So do a lot of research when it comes. Alafu angalia the circulation, the competitive return, and the circulation that is out here. Yeah, your pesa. Okay. How much will you get out of your company? So let's go for a break. Then when you come back, when you help us understand what do you mean when you say the competitive return and the circulation itself when it comes to the market. In case you have any questions, talk to us on 0799 200 100. That is the WhatsApp number, and still our social media handles, that is on Facebook and YouTube at Mizpah TV Kenya. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and this is Money Monday, and today we're talking about something that is truly transformative when it comes to your finance, and that is interest income. Did you know that money can work with you, but it is a process, as our guest has told us before we went for a break. It is a process. There's steps that you need to embrace and make. Number one, ni financial discipline. You really need financial discipline when it comes to funds management. Do you have one? Ama you just be ukipata salary yako ya 30k unatumia hii inaenda pale. Like, have you ever really considered that money can work for you? And you know one thing that I love about her, guess what she told us, that money, there is no little money. Even that 500 shillings can change your whole life, you know, but it depends on how you manage your money. And before we went for a short break, she had mentioned something to do with the competitive returns and circulation in the market. That is one of the things that she has told us you're supposed to consider before you decide putting your money somewhere so that you can get that interest income. Without further ado, allow me to welcome her back so that she can help us understand what did she mean when she said that we need to consider competitive returns and circulation of money in the market. Trizah, welcome back. Thank you.
And before we went for break, ulikuwa umetuambia something to do with the competitive returns and circulation in the market. What did you mean about that? Explain.
Okay. When you talk of competitive returns, at that level, at least you can be able to know, okay, competitive return, it's how the market is out there.
Generally, you know, in all companies? Or?
In all companies, including the banks. Every finances company. You look at, we have talked about banks. Right now, how much is the bank giving? Let's talk of equity. Inatupatia ngapi? Then we compare, then we compare it with Britam, with our company. Unaangalia, like we talk of the bond. The bond, when you talk of bond in Britam, right now bond is at 13. ukiangalia the rate. The rate is higher than even the bank. The other day, kuna UCS John Bundy was talking about money market, how it has become. Imekuwa sasa hata it's not even working for people better because the bond and the tertiary bills zimekuwa very low. And that is what they compete with. So with the tertiary bills, nona zote ni za short term. Tertiary bills ni short term. The money market is also short term. So when you compare the interest, the return on interest, it's very low. Like pesa tu iko dormant. And that's why you find that people are getting their money, they are moving their money from the bank to the insurance company, zenye ziko na the circulation and the competitive return is high. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And it comes to the professional financial management, help us understand how does it work, or what are the practical steps that anybody can use?
Yeah, with professional money management, unaangalia, we look at the handling of your money.
As a person?
As a person, yeah. The handling of your money, it's you yourself. Where will your money be handled carefully? When you come to the companies also, we also compare on the same. We have just talked about chamas. How do they handle your money? Are you even guaranteed? Are you sure that by the end of the day utakuwa umepata hiyo pesa? You are not even sure. But you've done research, you've seen that people have gotten money plus the interest after maturity from Britam. So what would you prefer? The chama or the where your money have been handled with a lot of professional? Yeah.
Are there any practical ways when it comes to funds management you could give us?
Okay. Let's talk of we can compare a person mwenye ameweka pesa even to the bank. To the bank, like I can use someone last week actually, a client alikuwa ananiambia ameweka pesa kwa bank. I talked about a product we have with Britam. Nikamwambia the rate of return, the rate of interest. Then we compared na hiyo pesa and the period ameweka pale kwa bank. Asema, I wish I knew this before because I'm needed to transfer this money wapi? To your company, seeing that interest is very high of 14%, and it also has another advantage, the benefit of it is a life policy. Yeah. So the client himself ako covered pia.
So how does that practically how does that practically apply to a normal person, you know, when it comes to fund management?
A normal person who is earning, a worker who is working and is earning interest,
when it comes to the fund management, how does it relate, you know, how does it apply?
Kwa normal person, what do you mean by normal person?
You know, a person who is earning, a normal person who is earning, let's say 10,000, 30,000.
30,000. With that, neza kuambia okay, we've talked about savings. Akiangalia where you are saving your money, ameweka pesa wapi? Kwa bank. I calculate, I do the math, and imempatia how much so far. Like imekuwa tu stagnant there. Anaanza kuthink otherwise. What if hii pesa ninge divert somewhere where there is low risk na ingenipatia how much in return?
Okay, and since you've mentioned risk, help us understand, is it possible to diversify risks when it comes to things to do with money?
Yeah. Hey, that is quite kwanza dangerous because unasikia watu wakisema usiweke mai yote kwa one basket. That is the whole thing basically. What it means. At least spread to where your money is. Don't put all your money in one place. You never know, kwa sababu nothing is guaranteed. Kila kitu hukuja kuisha. Ni ile tu we are comparing the risk, low, medium and high. Where there is high risk, where there is low risk. So at least diversify your money. Iende pale, iende pale.
To different companies?
To different companies actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually there's someone who is saying the benefit of diversifying your money to different companies and different places is in case inflation happens, at least unajua companies that's going to be affected the same way. At least uko sure kama company iko affected 8% or let's say 5%, company B iko affected 1%, at least your money is safe.
Your money is safe, and at least you wouldn't lose all your money. Suppose ulikuwa umeweka mahali pamoja, then inflation comes na all your money imeka tu dormant, haijakutengenezea hata kidogo. It's better that umeweka different places so that when this company gives a certain amount of money, this other company inapatia another certain of money, na zingine pia ina remain dormant, so you are safe. At least with the two you are guaranteed that uko na pesa imekutengenezea.
Well, that sounds like even a common mistake that people make, not diversifying their money, you know.
Yeah, it's a common mistake actually. Me, I recommend to my clients, hata kama at least I have policies. You have an educational policy, you have a saving policy. I also have clients when wananiambia this other company is working better on an educational policy ama or the like. So una compare. You can take off education policy unazipeleka mahali pengine whereby we've seen with that company imekupatia good return, na savings una prefer a different company. So with that client, when it comes to investment, and I compare where I'm saving my money, since savings is giving me more money, what I nifanye nini? I invest also in the same company. As for the education policy nimeipeleka another different place when you are na better benefits.
And now let me ask, talking of good returns, should it be one of the things that you consider? You know, company A inanipatia, let's say, interest here 18%, company B inanipatia 13%. Should that be a reason as to why you choose to go to a specific bank or a specific circle?
Definitely yes.
Okay.
Because ukiangalia, by the end of the year, we are investing. What do we mean by investing? When you are investing your money, it's allowing your money to give you more money. You cannot put your money, let's talk of, right now we are talking of money market. Also, money market, I call it emergency fund, because the interest is low. That is one thing. Another thing is the short term. So you can think of, let's talk of, you have an account, money market account, umeka for 3 months, then you withdraw that money, and that money is compounding. With compounding unajua iko calculated annually, not monthly. So whatever it has given you ni pesa kidogo. So with that you've just saved. Then a emergency imetokea, you've pulled. So you've just saved. You have not invested.
For short-term goals for the akina money market?
Akina money market, akina bond. You can use them for short-term goals, but itakupatia that small interest. Okay, in most cases, mimi humejana mass, large amount of money, whereby unaweza iweka hapo, then you leave it. Allow it to give you more money. By the end of the year, you can be able to withdraw maybe the interest. Let's talk of $1 million, and the interest is at 12. Hapo uko you are clean. You have your clean 120 interest, return on interest. So you can opt to withdraw the interest and then leave the principal, continue earning you more money. Pengine ulikuwa unapangaza holiday, ama you don't have a medical cover, you withdraw the 120 and get your medical cover. You see, with that you've not used your principal money. It's your money that has made you more money.
And how can they, let's dive a little bit into the world of entrepreneurship and businesses. How can businesses embrace interest income?
With business, especially with kina mama mboga, I would really recommend them to use money market. Kwa sababu with money market, you can save at that 1,000 shillings. With that 1,000 shillings, out of that kibanda, unaweza jipata umepata a grocery, a big shop. Out of it, na ile money market ulikuwa una save kidogo 1,000. By the end of the year, umecalculate the return that you've gotten out of that 1,000. Itakupatia that morale of topping up every now and then. And with that, with a dream that knowing that hii nina save, with time nita expand this business of mine. So it's not a matter of job kidogo ama nini kidogo. It's that way. You have a dream, you have a goal. Sitaishi hapa kwa kidogo. Itakupatia, it can give you even more. It can do wonders for you, that 1,000 shillings.
What about the big businesses, you know?
The big businesses, we talk of bonds. Bonds whereby unaeka mass.
The lump sum.
The lump sum. Then with that, the interest part of it, like I had said earlier, nikuna the interest part of it plus the principal. You'll find that you will be able also to expand your business out of, or even open more, you
other
know,
businesses.
Yeah, out of this single.
And from the interest income that you get from a business, are you supposed to reinvest this money, or you're supposed to use it, you know, at a personal level to be yote ishe? What are you supposed to do? Can you reinvest that money?
Okay, me I would say continue investing. You know, we are aging. With time you'll end up, unajua sasa ndio kuna that energy. Don't spend all your money. Allow it to give you more, to give you every now and then, every now and then, so that the time umejipata how you don't have that energy ya kuamka kwenda kufungua that ka job. At least you have something in the bank, or even somewhere. We talk of annuity and drawdown. Pale tu ni kama tu umejiandika, utakuwa tu unaenda, you have your pension. You'll be pulling your money, unatengeneza, if it's your vehicle, if it's your farm, you personally, your health, without straining. Why? Because the little ulikuwa una save pale, the pension you had put there, ndio inakusaidia to survive. Because time will come yenye hautakuwa in a position ya kwenda kufanya hiyo kazi tena. How will you retire? How will you be? Hautakuwa dependent kwa your watoto.
And do the young people need this mentality? There is old age that will come and the pension, so that they can start considering mambo ya pension investment?
Yeah. Early enough. You start early. We talk of products. If right now a person who is 25 years, chukua product hata kama ni 15 years.
15 years?
15 years.
To people that sounds, you know...
No. Actually, it's all in the mind.
It's about
mentality. Yeah.
Mindset?
Yeah. It's all in the mind. At least, you know, especially with Britam, we have very preferable products for 15 years. I can mention of 15 years. And it also covers life. After every 5 years, you get 25% of your maturity, the sum assured, the amount that you are expecting. So you wouldn't wait for that long. Utaona after every 5 years, umefanya something. After every 5 years, you've done something. Yeah. And
what can people do to change their mindset, you know, when it comes to investing, embracing interest income, and saving itself? What is the mindset? What can people do to change their mindset?
They can. I tell people, especially young people, you decide. You decide about it, and you start immediately. And then see what it can work for you. Ata anza na ya miaka kidogo. Iku discipline. At least discipline yourself for at least 5 years and see how it has worked for you. Then from there, you'll keep asking, like, it's automatically, I need to save. I need more products. Yeah.
You said it's about starting. Can you give us 3 steps that the young people can start with so that they can start earning that is interest income, apart from that is saving itself? Yes.
You talk of products.
Not
when
really.
Talk of savings.
The steps, yeah, the steps that they can make.
Okay, first of all, consider how much you are earning. How much are you earning out of it? Think of how much you can contribute for saving. That's another thing. Unaweza sema, like right now, a person who is earning 30,000, haizi niambia ati mimi nitakuwa na save 20,000. No, it cannot be possible. At least sit and see how much you are comfortable with either way. After all your expenditures, you can be able to save as much as that at that level. Discipline yourself with that. Unasema whatever comes, hii lazima ni save.
No matter how urgent it sounds?
Yeah. It's here. Urgent is not urgent because ulikuwa umeiplania. So when something comes, that's why you find that umepatiwa, like, nimekukopa pesa, na una postpone, you don't have a goal, ama uko tu na extra money yenye haina position, umepata phone call, mtu amekukopa certain amount of money, unasema this one ilikuwa extra, you just give, then ule mambo yake inaendelea and your mambo imeka dormant. So set yourself, I'll be contributing this much every month for saving for 5 years. With that, you'll be able to discipline yourself. Yeah.
And talking of that, I think that's why people are advised to have emergency funds. You know, how does emergency funds help one when it comes to interest income?
Okay, in my case, I have an emergency fund. That is the money market, whereby
money market can act as an emergency fund.
Yeah.
But it's a saving plan.
It's not a saving plan. It's an emergency fund because it's a short term and it's flexible. You can withdraw at any given moment. After 72 hours, excuse me, I'm sorry. Umepata pesa yako plus the interest. Yeah, it's an emergency fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, how would interest income help one in the journey of, you know, embracing interest income? The emergency funds themselves.
The emergency funds.
Yeah.
Emergency funds are meant for. I've talked of medical cover. I've talked of emergency fund. You cannot position it at near rent. Rent is guaranteed. Rent is guaranteed. Emergency, it's when something comes up. Na uko umeplania. You pull from the money market. The emergency fund. Yes, you cannot even also compare the money market and the fixed account. Fixed are for goals, long-term goals. So with that, they are locked. They are fixed. You cannot be able to pull.
And can you open an account for the interest income that you're getting from the investment that you've made or the savings? Very well.
The interest that you are getting, you can also get another account and give you more money also. Unaweza kupata bila ka shughuli hivi, then you get, like I said, at the end of the day, by the end of the year, you know, compounded interest is calculated annually. The interest that you've gotten, open another account, or you have a saving account.
You open another saving account?
You open another saving, you already have a saving account. So the interest that you've gotten, out of this principal annually, you withdraw the interest and pay for the saving account. The saving account. That means your salary is still intact because the interest is the one that has paid for saving account that you have. So you can think of opening another one since you've not used your salary. With that salary of yours, which other plan do you have? And open an extra account. Yes. You can have as many accounts as possible.
Okay, we have that is 5 minutes. I really want you to help people, to give people that is financial advice when it comes to 5 tips when it comes to management of their money as we get to wind up.
Okay. What I would recommend to people is that there are things that you're supposed to measure at when it comes to saving. Wakati una save, think of yourself. How old are you? Unajiconsider. If you are 25 to 30, think of saving. Kwa sababu ukipata watoto itakuwa ni you'll be able to plan for your kids' education, whereby education school fees is guaranteed. So you'll have as many as. Okay, consider yourself first, what you would like, what you want in the next 5 years, and the much you can be able to contribute. That is it. And you can talk of diversification of risk. Diversify your money. Don't put all your money in one basket. At least put where your money is getting you more money. That's another thing. And also think of professional management fund. Put your money where you feel there is security. Siku hizi kuna mambo mingi inachipuka. You never know. At least do a research. Is my money safe wherever it is? That's another thing. Okay, there is also this, we talk of what? The convenience of your money. We've just talked about money markets. With money market, you can conveniently get your money at any given time after 3 months. It's a short-term goal, a short-term plan with an interest. Kama kitu imechipuka, you just move and get your money, because you can put all your money in a fixed account, alafu pia wewe ukwe fixed. It's like you've gotten something na hauna any other source of income. So make sure you put some other money where there is convenient. Yeah.
Okay, those are great tips that I'm sure that our viewers make sure that you consider that, and also I'll also check that as well. And I really want to know, in the journey of finance, you being a financial expert, what is that one thing that you have learned that is so common?
Okay, whatever I've learned so far, I've been able to discipline myself. What I didn't know before. I wish I could have known it. Because right now, whatever I do and whichever way I plan my money, it's professional. Yeah.
Professional.
Sina, like, I don't have that mind ya kusema I have extra ya ku buying whatever was not planned. I do things with plans.
Wait, you want to say you usually stick to your budget?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
But so hard, you know. I don't know.
Very.
It's that easy.
I don't do unplanned things.
Okay, so I really want you to tell our viewers where they can find you.
Okay. For my viewers, you can use my email as teresiawanjiko@gmail.com. Also, you can share my number.
Yeah, you can.
0728 416 752. Britain.
Oh, thank you so much for availing yourself for the show. I believe that our viewers have learned a lot, and we're looking forward to having you more on the show, so that you can continue enlightening people when it comes to the world of finance. Yeah, for our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Money Monday. We're always here to make sure that you, as a day-to-day person, as an investor, you get to learn all the strategies that you can use in order to become financially independent, unlock success, and also build wealth itself, build and accumulate wealth itself. Today we're talking about interest income, and I believe you have learned a lot on why interest income matters for you, and the different ways that money can work for you as an individual, as a day-to-day person. Money can really work for you apart from you working for that money. Don't forget that we'll be having that is the Sonship Summit 2025 that will be happening here at Mizpah Prayer Center, Bahati, Nakuru, along the Nakuru-Nyahururu Highway. That is just 14 kilometers from the Nakuru city. It will be happening from the 23rd to the 27th. To the 27th of June this 2025, and this is a gathering that seeks to restore the hearts of the fathers and the sons together. So make sure that you gather so that God can minister unto us, get to learn from the fathers and from the fathers. This will be hosted by Apostle Dr. JC Karanja and Reverend Margaret Karanja. For accommodation, booking, inquiries, or you want to know anything to do with that, please talk to us on 07277665553. I'm Angela Kabete. We had an amazing time interacting with you. Till next time, bye bye.